and our respected Vice Principal, Mrs. Welcome them all with lots of claps. I request our Principal, Dr. to present an equal greeting to our esteemed guest, Lieutenant Col Mona Dubey. Education is not the learning of the facts, but the training of the mind to think. I, Monica, on behalf of APS Clement, welcome you all to the second day of the Summer Nukkad, a balanced life skills and career development fest for adolescents. Dear students, elegance is not the prerogative of those who have just escaped from adolescence, but of those who have already taken possession of their future.
Every year on 31st May, the World Health Organization, WHO, and global partner celebrate World No Tobacco Day. The annual campaign is an opportunity to raise awareness on the harmful and deadly effects of tobacco use and second-hand smoke exposure, and to discourage the use of tobacco in any form. Thus, we are here today for a session on anti-tobacco. Prevention is better than cure by Lieutenant Colonel Mona Dubey. Lieutenant Colonel Mona Dubey pursued MBBS from R&D Medical College, Udaipur, Rajasthan, and now she works as Deputy Director Health at Headquarters 14 Infantry Division. We are very grateful that today she is here to deliver a session on anti-tobacco. Prevention is better than cure. But before her session, we have a Nukkad Natika, ZINDAGI DUBARA, by the students of grade 12. Please welcome them with a huge round of applause.
Are you much happy and satisfied with your life? Just spend $10 and see your own house burning down to ashes. Such tools of tragedy can guarantee you a short-term satisfaction, but in the long run, they can destroy your whole life. A packet of golden can destroy your golden future.
ईशु वहां जाके खेलो।
ईशु, पापा ने कुछ बोला ना, सुनाई नहीं देता, बाहर जाके खेलो।
ईशु
ईशु कुछ टूट जाएगा, सुनाई नहीं देता। तोड़ दिया ना, समझ नहीं, कब से बोल रहे हैं बाहर जाके खेलो।
तुम क्या चिल्लाते हो? ये सब तुम्हारी गलती है। आजकल एक बात भी मानिए।
हाँ हाँ, ये भी मेरे सर पे फोड़ दो। तुम्हारी गलती है, तुम समझाओ।
मैं कैसे समझाऊं? संडे को एक छुट्टी मिलती है, उसमें भी तुम सोच समझा।
तुम्हें कम से कम संडे को मिलता है, मैं पूरे दिन घर घर से संभालती रहती हूँ।
कभी वो बिगड़ जाती है ना।
मुझसे भी कभी नहीं कि पढ़ाई लिखाई करनी है, मैं नहीं खराब है, मैं पूरा नहीं होता, पढ़ते रहे।
child's curiosity introduced to him to a completely new world that was only for mature and adult people. The secret but left behind by his father now made him addicted to tobacco and cigarettes. The whole scenario could have been different if the father had reacted differently.
Act 1, take 2, action! Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I
ईशु बेटा बाहर जाके खेलो।
ईशु बेटा, पापा कुछ कह रहे हैं ना, बाहर जाके खेलो।
ईशु बेटा तुम्हें सुना नहीं?
ईशु,
ये लड़की ऐसे ही मारेगी। ईशु जा अपना बैग लेके आ और आज दोनों साथ में खेलेंगे।
तुम लोग पॉपकॉर्न खाओगे?
क्यों नहीं, हम भी पॉपकॉर्न खाएंगे।
वाह!
This moment gets embedded in the child's mind forever, and the child never had a thought of even touching tobacco products. Thousands of years of human evolution has brought us to a position where we can blindly trust superstars from the other side of the screens. Here is an example.
Act 2, take 1, action!
और बता भाई आज का दिन कैसा गया तेरा? आज का दिन बहुत बढ़िया था भाई। तो इंग्लिश की क्लास में तेरा भाई बंक मार रहा था। अपने भाई को नहीं लेगा तू? अरे सॉरी यार, तुम टेंशन क्यों ले रहा है? दोनों मैथ्स के पीरियड दोनों भाई बंक मारेंगे। पक्का पक्का भाई। चल ठीक है यार, अब थोड़ा सीरियस हो जा। सीरियस? अच्छा ठीक है भाई। तूने बनना क्या है? चल भाई तेरे भाई को चाहिए ग्लैमर। तू तेरे को यकीन नहीं है मेरे पे? अच्छा रुक जा, तेरे को भी दिखाता हूं। तूने चुप्पा मूवी देखी है ना? चुप्पा? हाँ भाई, किसने नहीं देखी? लेकिन भाई चुप्पा बन के दिखाता है। चुप्पा नाम सुन के फ्लावर समझे क्या? अरे भाई ये भी ऑडियो। अरे भाई ये
Years of solid parenting and guidance just went down the drain after such a small incident.
जिसको जन्म एक माँ ने दिया था, हाँ तू वही है माँ का वो प्यारा। बापू ने तुझको अफसर माना था, हाँ तू वही है बापू का प्यारा।
Act 3, take 1, action! मम्मी 10 रुपए दो। 10 रुपए क्यों चाहिए बेटा? सामान लेके आना है, 10 रुपए दे दो ना। मैं मार्केट जा रही हूँ, तुम मुझे बता दो, मैं ला दूंगी सामान। मम्मी मैं ट्यूशन से आके मैं ले आऊंगी, आप दे दो। अच्छा चलो ये लो, ठीक है। बाय पापा।
बाय। तुमने उसे पैसे किस लिए दिए?
तो क्या हो गया, वो पैसे से ज्यादा से ज्यादा एक कुरकुरे ही तो ले लेगी, और क्या ले लेगी।
पर तुम्हें ऐसे ना इतना विश्वास नहीं करना चाहिए यार।
कोई बात नहीं।
चलो कोई बात नहीं।
पेन तो मैंने ले लिया, अब घर चलते हैं। Ouch! Yeah, it's okay. मम्मी मैं आ गई ट्यूशन से। आ गई? हाँ मम्मी। ये क्या है तुम्हारे यहाँ? वो मम्मी ना भैया दे। झूठ बोल रही हो। तुम सच सच बताओ, तुमने उस 10 रुपए का लिया? पेन लिया था। तुम्हारे पापा सही बोल रहे थे, तुम पे हमारा तुम विश्वास नहीं करना चाहिए था। मम्मी की विश्वास करो, मैं पेन लेके आई थी। ये कसम खा के बोलो कि कसम झूठी कसम खाएगी। अब तो देखो घर जाना बंद तेरा। जब विश्वास नहीं करता था तो पूछा क्यों?
कट।
It is a famous saying that nothing hits a man harder than his trust broken in 1,000 pieces. Even the mother wasn't wrong, but her wrong assumptions hit the child very hard, both emotionally and mentally.
लेकिन आदत से तू अफसर नहीं है, माँ का वो प्यारा तू बिल्कुल नहीं है। वादा किया था तूने पिता से, उसके तू बिल्कुल काबिल नहीं है, काबिल नहीं है।
नाम ईशु, क्लास 10 टॉपर। Issue 12, 98.8% topper. Issue class 12 topper. Issue IIT Dolapur first attempt. Issue the topper. पर मुझे क्या करना था? मुझे तो चिड़ियाओं के साथ बातें करनी थी, मुझे तो तारों के साथ गाने गाने थे।
ईशु
ईशु पापा की तरह बनना है।
ईशु 98%।
ईशु जेई में बस ईशु 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 नहीं बनना मुझे ईशु।
ये क्या कर रहे हो? ईशु, तुम हार क्यों मान रहे हो?
मैं अपने जीवन से परेशान हो चुकी हूँ और अब मैं इस जिंदगी से छुटकारा पाना चाहती हूँ।
ईशु, इंसान तब नहीं हारता जब वो गलत राह चलता है। इंसान तब हारता है जब वो कोशिश करना छोड़ता है। तुम कोशिश करके तो देखो, तुम ये जल्द जीत जाओगे।
बचपन में मैंने जो सपना देखा उसे तो कभी मेरे माँ करने का सहयोग ही नहीं दिया। 10th में आते ही मुझे साइंस की पुस्तकों के तले दबा दिया गया। माता पिता ने मेरे सपनों को पूरा करने के लिए सहयोग ही नहीं दिया।
ईशु, मैंने तुम्हें इतने अच्छे दोस्त, इतने अच्छे माता पिता जो तुम्हें बेहद प्यार करते हैं, लेकिन तुम नशे की लत से वो तुम्हें प्यार नहीं दिखा।
हाँ, मुझे भी अफसोस है कि मैंने नशे की धुन में अति होकर के अपने माँ बाप का प्यार नहीं देखा। मुझे अफसोस है मैंने अपनी जिंदगी इस नशे की लत में तबाह कर दी। मैं अपने जीवन को सुधारना चाहती हूँ, अपनी जिंदगी एक नए सिरे से शुरू करना चाहती हूँ।
ठीक है ईशु, आज से तुम एक नई ईशु अपनी जीवन अच्छे ढंग से जियो। नशे को अपने जीवन में घुसने मत दो।
काट।
तेरी किस्मत तेरे हाथों में ही है, उठ लड़ तू खुद से, रास्ता यही है। हर कोई तेरे साथ खड़ा है, कुछ कर दिखाने का मौका पड़ा है, मौका पड़ा है।
I hope you learned something from today's play. If not, I pray for your good future. Thank you.
Thank you, students, for this wonderful, enlightening Natika.
Now, with all my heart, I welcome our guest speaker, Lieutenant Col Mona Dubey, for her session.
Good morning to all of you. As my introduction is already given to you, still, I just
A brief for myself, I want to let you know. I'm Lieutenant Col Mona Dubey. I'm a MBBS doctor, but after MBBS, I have done a post-graduation in public health. Some just about public health, because many of you guys don't know about public health. It is not very glamorous field. Public health is doctors who deals at large with the communities, with the countries. Like recently, Corona thing, it was a pandemic. Our public health specialists were dealing with all these things. So when a disease is a threat to a community, a country, or rather a world, then the public health comes into play and make an important role to cut down that outbreak in the community. Thank you so much. With this, today we are here to celebrate World No Tobacco Day. This World No Tobacco Day is celebrated worldwide. So, with a very important message, I have come here to speak about something on tobacco. My presentation will basically on health problems regarding tobacco, how to cure it, and what are the addictions in respect of tobacco. But also, I'll touch upon some environment threat in respect of tobacco consumption. So, to start with, next please.
वहाँ पे काम नहीं करेगा नहीं ज़्यादा है
The slides are clear to the students sitting back there? Okay. So, this is the theme for this year, World No Tobacco Day. The theme is tobacco. Hello? The theme for this year, World No Tobacco Day is tobacco threat to our environment. The last year theme was how to quit tobacco. But this year theme is also very relevant because it will give us one more reason to not to use tobacco, or if you are using, to quit tobacco. Next year. So this is how the tobacco industry is poisoning our planet. I can give you some example or dirty secrets rather of the tobacco industries. Like tobacco is causing global pollution. Global pollution. What the cigarette consumption, the butts we throw into the environment is causing the global pollution. What is depicted in the presentation, 44.5 trillion cigarettes are causing environment pollution to us because they are very hard to decay. They take years to decay in the environment. Water supply. 22 billion tons of water is being used for this tobacco industries, which can be used somewhere else. Water poisoning. As I go through with my presentation, you will come to know there are certain poisonous elements which are being used in the tobacco industries or cigarette making, which are being released in water, in our environment, in our air, which are again polluting our environment. Next. This is 2 lakh hectares of land is being used by this tobacco industries, which can be used for other kind of crops or other kind of cultivation which are useful. And this much land is mostly used in the Asian countries. Asia is one of the regions in the world where economy is not very high. So much of land is being used in the tobacco industries. It is again causing a kind of environment threat. Next. Yeah, this is a carbon dioxide emission. In the tobacco production, this much CO2 is being emitted in the environment, which is again causing a threat to our environment. Next, please. The what I was talking about, the butt of a cigarette, which is left unused in the environment, it's leaching almost 7,000 chemical into the soil, and over the 10 years, it takes around 10 plus years to get decomposed in the environment. Next. And a smoker, the person who smokes, in the process of smoking, he emits carbon dioxide in the environment, which is the 5 tons of the carbon dioxide out in the lifetime. So these are all the threats to the environment of tobacco. Health threat I'll come subsequently, but these are the threats which environment is facing for the tobacco production. So the theme for this year is very relevant, very apt, that not even tobacco is unhealthy for our health, it is unhealthy for our environment, our planet also. Next. So, with this theme, tobacco threat to our environment. So, the reason of celebrating this day is to let you know that this tobacco industry's a word is used is greenwash. It is synonymous with brainwash. I mean, they are greenwashing you. They are brainwashing you how tobacco industries are doing their social responsibilities, how they are giving so much of revenue to us, how they are giving so much of occupation, professions to so many people in the industries, but they are all doing greenwash to us. They are in the all these things, they are pretending to be good people, but they are doing a lot of harm to our environment. Next, please. I'll start with some history perspective of tobacco. History says, which I have read in a book and Google, that this tobacco thing is come into India by the Portuguese at the time of Akbar in 1605. And at that time, it was so much attracted by the people that in the time of Jahangir in 1617, in just 10 years of coming to India, people start getting addicted to it. So in Jahangir era, this tobacco thing was banned in India. I mean, at that time they come to know that it is so much injurious and addictive to our health. Next. So, I'll give you some data about tobacco, how harmful it is to our health. These all data, the source of the data is Global Anti-Tobacco Survey, which was done in India in 2016 and 17. This survey was very huge and very nicely the data was collected. So, it's the data accuracy is very high. So, according to the data, 12.8 lakhs deaths. These are the data for India. I am talking about our country, India. 12.8 lakhs deaths are annually due to or related to tobacco consumption. 33 to 50% smokers die an average of 15 years sooner than non-smokers. That means if your friend who is smoking has a lifespan of 15 years less of your lifespan who is not smoking, if every other things are similar for both the candidates. 26.7 crore adult users in India. It was a huge number at that time, that 26.7 crore users. India population is 125 crore. So among them, 25.7 crores adult. And in this particular data, adults mean 15 plus. Adult doesn't mean 18 plus. In this particular survey, the adult word means 15 plus. So 15 plus population, if we take, 26.7 crore adults were users in India. Among this 6.7 crore, 21% were smokeless, that Jarda, Kheni, 11% were smoking, that is cigarette, bidi, cigar also. So with this data, it was come out that among 10, 3 people are consuming tobacco. That shows how generalized it is, how common it is. 1 in 10 are smoking tobacco. Among 10 people standing, one of them will or have a history of tobacco smoking. 4 in 10 are exposed to second-hand smoking. You might be, some people are aware, some children might not be aware. There is a very important thing called second-hand smoking. Second-hand smoking comes from when a people is smoking in front of you, the dhua thing which you are inhaling, it is second-hand smoke. It is more dangerous, more fatal than first-hand smoke. The person who is harming himself by having smoking cigarette, it's more harmful than you for having second-hand smoke. So you have to go out from that environment when some people are smoking. Next. So what are the forms of tobacco which are available in our market or in our environment? Cigarette, we all know, very common. Bidi, that tobacco chabane wala. Hookah, hubble bubble, some people say. Cigar, gutka. These are the forms in which tobacco is available in our environment. Next. Now this is very important photo. I must say, need to very thoroughly you have to see this photo. This cigarette, the whole content you can see from top acetone to bottom vinyl chloride. As you can see, you are in class 9, 10th, 11th. I can make out some people have heard about these chemicals. Acetone, cyanohydrin, naphthalene, methanol, pyrene, nicotine, cadmium, carbon monoxide, DDT, arsenic. These are all the components which are being used by the manufacturing industries to manufacture cigarette. So, having cigarette is not that easy. I just want to deliver a message. These are all the contents, and you can verify my data from Google or any other source. These are the actual data, but they just greenwash you. They will not tell you what they are manufacturing. Next. So, a packet of cigarette is a kind of ammunition box. There is an ammunition which is lying in the cigarette box, and it will have very harmful effect on the environment and on the person who is smoking person. Next. So I'll introduce to each and every component of the cigarette manufacturing which is being used. The first component is tar. Tar is coal tar, which is used in the road manufacturing or other industries. So that tar is being used in the cigarette manufacturing. Next. Arsenic, a kind of poisoning, a very poisonous substance. It is also being used in the cigarette manufacturing. Next. Ammonia, generally this kind of used in the toiletries for harpic things and all to wash toilets. Next. Formaldehyde, which is used as a preservative. It is being used in cigarette. Next. Hydrogen cyanide, commonly known as a rat poison. They are being used in the cigarette manufacturing. Next. Methanol is a kind of a fuel used in rocketries. It is being also used in cigarette. Next. Acetone, commonly known as nail paint remover. It is being used. Next. Carbon monoxide, as we all see, it is so dangerous gas. Next. And the most important, nicotine, which is the most important substance in cigarette, which is the addictive as well as dangerous to your health. Next. This is the nicotine, तंबाकू जिसे हम हिंदी में कहते हैं, जो कि ये पेड़ होता है, पेड़ की पत्ती से तंबाकू को या निकोटीन को निकाला जाता है. The kind of effect nicotine has, very small doses required. It will stimulate your nerve cells because, as I have written on the slide, 2 to 3 drops of pure nicotine can kill you. It is such a dangerous chemical. In very small quantity, it's just to stimulate your nerve cells, your dopamine. You will feel good, but more of the time when it gets accumulated inside your body, it acts as a poison. Next. This is how the nicotine affects your brain. As you can see, when you stimulate, when you have smoking a cigarette, there's a kind of a dopamine. It's a hormone. It's a happy nerve cell hormone, which release in your brain cells and which stimulate you or make you happy or elevate your mood. And that mood elevation give you a kick for next time to smoke the cigarette. But as I have told you, the danger of smoking. Next. This is the tobacco industry's poster child. It was somewhere released in 80s and it was very famous worldwide, and it was known as tobacco industry's poster child. Because this poster has got many impacts on the general population. As it is depicted in this poster, that tobacco or tobacco products effect on health. It affects every part of your body, from hair to breathing, to skin problems, to mouth, brain, respiratory problems. Every organ, every system in your body is affected by smoking or nicotine or tobacco per se. Next. So, these are the risks from smoking. Starting from cancers, chronic diseases, heart diseases, pneumonia, your stomach, kidney, pancreas, bladder, cervix, hip fracture, reduction in fertility, everything is being done by smoking, and they are all the health hazard of the smoking. Next please. These are the common cancers which are commonly we can see in the environment. From starting with the oral cancer, जीभ मुंह का कैंसर, गले का कैंसर, esophagus cancer, lung cancer, heart attack, blood cancer, pancreatic cancer, or peptic ulcer diseases. These are the common diseases. Next please. Now you can see these are all the organs which have been affected by the danger of smoking. Next. Starting from heart disease. Heart has got heart attack, myocardial infarction, high blood pressure, aneurysm, and cancer in the heart. Next. Now this is the mechanism in which nicotine or tobacco raises your blood pressure. As you can see in the first, this is a normal artery. Second, when there is a small tear in the artery wall due to smoking or nicotine effect, the fat material start depositing in your artery, and then the artery lumen, जो खून की नलियां होती है आपकी, that got narrowed down, and that caused high blood pressure. Next. This is our heart, and this is the blood supply of the heart. I am showing you this picture because when the artery या खून की नलियां, when they narrow down, they cause heart attacks. How? They got narrowed down, due to which the heart doesn't get the blood which is required for pumping. So then we got a pain, and that accumulated into heart attack. Next. This is the diagram of our brain blood supply. How the heart supplies blood to the brain. I am showing this diagram because I want you to know, due to effect of nicotine, the blood vessels which are supplying to your brain got narrowed down, due to which our brain does not get the blood they require, and that causes stroke. स्ट्रोक मतलब लकवा मारना, पैरालिसिस हो जाना, आधा अंगूठ का पैरालिसिस होना, उसको हम मेडिकल लैंग्वेज में स्ट्रोक कहते हैं. तो दैट कैन आल्सो बी ड्यू टू निकोटीन. नेक्स्ट. As in this picture, the above photo is of healthy lung, and the below you can see the bronchioles of a COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. These chronic obstructive pulmonary disease is very common in tobacco smoker, and this is how it affects your lungs bronchioles. Next. See, we can see from this how our bronchitis, this is the normal bronchi and this is the bronchi of a smoker. See, this is the alveoli of a normal and this is the emphysematous alveoli of the smoker. So these are the changes which smoking or chewing tobacco make in your lungs. Next, please. This is a healthy human lung and this is a tobacco smoker lungs. As you can see, the black charring effect of tobacco on your lungs. Next, please. Next. See, the black lung is partial lung and this is the healthy lung. Next. This is how tobacco affects your body. See, the oral cavity, the gingiva, दांत, मसूड़े. You can see, जो tobacco chew करते हैं, उसकी क्या होता है और स्मोकिंग की वजह से हार्ट के लंग्स पे क्या असर पड़ता है. नेक्स्ट, आईज. यू पीपल माइट बी नॉट नोइंग स्मोकिंग से भी कैटरैक्ट होता है. मोतियाबिंद की बीमारी, जो लोग स्मोकर्स होते हैं उनको जल्दी कैटरैक्ट हो जाता है और ब्लाइंडनेस हो सकती है. नेक्स्ट, these are the health effects. There is something called peripheral vascular disease. जो हमारी खून की नलियां हमारे पैरों हाथ को ब्लड सप्लाई करती है, वो भी निकोटीन की वजह से छोटी हो जाती है और हमारे पैरों में ब्लड सप्लाई रुक जाता है. बहुत कॉमन होते हैं. आपने कई स्मोकर्स को देखा होगा, वो डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं, मेरे पैर दर्द करते हैं, क्योंकि उनके पैरों में जो खून की नलियां हैं वो सिकुड़ गई है, वो मसल्स को ब्लड नहीं दे पा रही है. उसकी वजह से उनको गैंग्रीन हो सकता है और उनका हमें कई बार कई पेशेंट्स में एम्पुटेशन तक करना पड़ सकता है. नेक्स्ट प्लीज. स्किन. जो स्मोकिंग करता है उनको रिंकलिंग, झुर्रियां बहुत जल्दी आती है इन कंपैरिजन टू जो स्मोकिंग नहीं करता है. स्किन का टेक्सचर और स्किन का कलर भी चेंज हो जाता है स्मोकर का. एज यू कैन सी, रिंकल, ड्राई स्किन, येलो फिंगर नेल स्टेन हो जाते हैं. इसलिए जब भी आप डॉक्टर के पास जाते हो और कई बार लोग मना करते हैं कि नहीं मैं स्मोकिंग नहीं करता है, डॉक्टर हैज हिज ओन नॉलेज कि वो पहचान जाता है कि आप स्मोकर हो कि नहीं हो, बिकॉज हर स्मोकर की स्किन, नेल्स अपने आप बताती है कि वो स्मोकिंग करता है कि नहीं करता है. नेक्स्ट, दीज आर द वार्निंग साइंस जो आपको सिगरेट के पैकेट का भी उठा के देखना, उसके पीछे लिखे हुए मिलेंगे. दीज आर द एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स जो गवर्नमेंट ने सिगरेट के पैकेट्स के ऊपर रखने के लिए बताया है, ताकि लोगों को पता चले सिगरेट स्मोकिंग से क्या हो सकता है. नेक्स्ट, स्मोकिंग ड्यूरिंग प्रेगनेंसी इज अगेन हार्मफुल फॉर द फीटस जो कि वोम के अंदर है, उसमें भी कई तरह की बीमारियां वो ला सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट, that's what I was talking about. Second hand smoke, it is again a very dangerous. It is even more dangerous than the first hand smoke. स्मोकर से ज्यादा नॉन स्मोकर जो सामने बैठा है उसके लिए ज्यादा डेंजर हो जाता है जब वो धुआं जो है एक्सहेल करता है. ठीक है. नाउ दिस इज थ्री थिंग्स. एक तो जो सिगरेट के आगे से धुआं निकल रहा है, एक वो जो मुंह से अपना धुआं निकालता है, और एक जो सिगरेट के पीछे से धुआं निकलता है. ये सब सेकंड हैंड स्मोक का कारण बनते हैं और इसमें ज्यादा डेंजर होता है बिकॉज सीधे जो केमिकल मैंने आपको बताया वो बर्न हो रहे हैं, वो आप उसका धुआं आपकी रेस्पिरेशन में जा रहा है. नेक्स्ट, सो दिस इज अ गुड फोटोग्राफ आई फाइंड ऑन गूगल कि देयर इज अ लिस्ट ऑफ बीमारियां, डिजीजेस which is caused by smoking or other products which are related to tobacco. So these are all the lists. You can see from the cancer to vascular disease, thyroid, heart, ulcer, cataract. So these are all the disease which we can get from smoking or using of tobacco related products. Next please. How does tobacco affect classroom performance? Generally, classroom performance gets deteriorated when you smoke because of concentration decrease, abstinence, physical effect of nicotine, which can cause less concentration. You cannot able to remember the things you study, so your classroom performance generally deteriorate. Next, please. So we know it's bad for us. So why do we start to smoke? Next. These three things, I think you can relate it. Curious, experimenting. शाहरुख खान कूल लगता है, मैं भी देखता हूँ, मैं शाहरुख खान जैसा लगता हूँ कि नहीं. पीयर प्रेशर, मेरा फ्रेंड स्मोक करता है, मैं भी कर लेता हूँ, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, वो भी तो करता है. पेरेंट्स, फ्रेंड्स, आपके घर में माता पिता या दादाजी, दादी जी या कोई भी घर में स्मोक करता है, तो आपको लगता है वो भी करते हैं, तो मैं भी कर लेता हूँ. I think these are the three most common reasons why do people start smoking. Next, looks cool. This is the most common factor जो आज की जनरेशन में लगता है कि स्मोकिंग करने से आप कूल लगते हो. नेक्स्ट, 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 नेक्स्ट. ये तो हमने स्टार्ट किया स्मोकिंग, अब हम स्मोकिंग क्यों कंटिन्यू करते हैं, जारी रखते हैं? एडिक्शन, जैसा मैंने बताया, हैप्पी नर्व सेल्स. जब डोपामिन रिलीज होता है तो आपको अच्छा अच्छा सा लगता है, मूड आपका एलिवेटेड सा रहता है, तो आपको लगता है फिर मेरे अंदर डोपामिन रिलीज हो, मैं फिर स्मोक करता हूँ. सो दैट इज एडिक्शन. आपको समझ में नहीं आता कि मैं सिगरेट कैसे छोड़ूं. सिगरेट पीने के बाद आप एक डिफरेंट उसमें चले जाते हो, स्ट्रेस और स्ट्रेन सब भूल जाते हो और हैप्पी हैप्पी महसूस करते हो. ये चार मेन रीजन हमें मिले हैं जिसकी वजह से लोग स्मोकिंग क्विट नहीं करते हैं. नेक्स्ट, difficult to quit, definitely it is. Since it gives pleasure to you, it is very difficult to quit. Next, next. Stage of initiation, that is very important thing जो मैं आप लोगों के साथ डिस्कस करना चाहती हूँ. शुरुआत हम कैसे करते हैं और कैसे इसके ट्रैप में फंसते हैं. हम शुरुआत करते हैं एक्सपेरिमेंटिंग से. We generally start की करके देख लेते हैं क्या जाता है. एक बार एक छिक्का मारूंगा, उसके बाद कभी नहीं मारूंगा. That is the language people use to say. So that's why I'm using this. एक बार पीऊंगा, कुछ नहीं होगा. So that is experimenting. वहीं से गड़बड़ शुरू हो जाती है. इसीलिए मैं आपको बताना चाहती हूँ, गड़बड़ वहीं से शुरू होगी. The day आप एक्सपेरिमेंटिंग करोगे, वहीं से गड़बड़ शुरू हो जाएगी. उसके बाद आपको लगता है सोशल यूजर, मतलब पार्टीज में पीऊंगा, फ्रेंड्स के साथ पीऊंगा, मतलब आप टाइम बनाओगे कि इस वक्त पीऊंगा, इस वक्त नहीं पीऊंगा. So that is a social user. थर्ड स्टेज आती है रेगुलर यूजर. जब आप घर में भी पीने लग जाते हो, माता पिता के सामने भी पीने लग जाते हो, रात में उठ के भी पीते हो, सुबह भी उठ के पीते हो, फिर आप बन जाते हो रेगुलर यूजर. द लास्ट स्टेज एडिक्टेड टू टोबैको. एडिक्शन में क्रेविंग होती है. सिगरेट नहीं मिलती तो तलब लगती है. कहाँ है सिगरेट? रात के 2 बजे ढूंढ के लाते हैं, सिगरेट करना है. सुबह 5 बजे हमें सिगरेट की तलब लगती है. सो दैट इज द स्टेज ऑफ एडिक्शन टू tobacco. Next, this is the full cycle जिससे आपको एडिक्शन होता है. जैसे ही आपकी बॉडी में जब आप सिगरेट पीते हो तो निकोटीन के लेवल आपको होता है, उससे डोपामिन रिलीज होता है, आपको अच्छा लगता है. जैसे ही निकोटीन का लेवल फॉल करना शुरू करता है, आपके ब्रेन में जो सेल्स है वो क्रेविंग करने लगती है कि हमें डोपामिन चाहिए, हमें निकोटीन चाहिए. जब वो क्रेविंग करेंगे तो आपको सिगरेट की तलब लगेगी, फिर आप सिगरेट पियोगे, उससे आप नया निकोटीन बॉडी में लाओगे, नया निकोटीन फर्दर डोपामिन को रिलीज करेगा. सो दिस इज द साइकिल ऑफ क्रेविंग और एडिक्शन इन द टोबैको. नेक्स्ट, द टोबैको इंडस्ट्रीज इन एडोलेसेंट, वेरी एप्ट स्लाइड फॉर आपके लिए. जितनी भी टोबैको इंडस्ट्रीज है वो आपकी वाली एज ग्रुप को सबसे पहले टारगेट कर रही है. आपको समझ में नहीं आता, इट इज ऑल मैनेजमेंट पॉलिसी, इट इज देयर पॉलिसी हाउ टू टारगेट पीपल इन देयर 14, 15, 16, 17 इयर्स में, बिकॉज एक इजी टारगेट होते हैं, जल्दी से बातों में आ जाते हैं. जितना जल्दी आप सिगरेट पीना शुरू करोगे उतना लंबा पियोगे, उतना लंबा टोबैको इंडस्ट्रीज को फायदा दोगे. और सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट कूल, ये वाली जो एडोलेसेंट होता है कूल लगना होता है, तो वो सिगरेट की तरफ जल्दी अट्रैक्ट हो जाते हैं. नेक्स्ट, मूवीज, आपको पता है ये एक एक सीन को फिल्माने के लिए टोबैको इंडस्ट्री इतना ज्यादा पैसा देती है प्रोड्यूसर को कि आप एक सिगरेट स्मोकिंग का सीन पिक्चर में डाल दो। अभी आई लेट यू नो, बिकॉज कानून है, आप डायरेक्टली एडवर्टाइजमेंट नहीं कर सकते। सो दिस इज अ इनडायरेक्ट एडवर्टाइजमेंट। शाहरुख खान का एक स्मोकिंग का सीन आप पिक्चर में डाल दोगे, मैं आपको करोड़ों रुपए दूंगा। दैट्स हाउ द टोबैको इंडस्ट्रीज आर डूइंग। क्योंकि एक सिगरेट का स्मोकिंग करता हुआ सीन आ जाएगा शाहरुख खान का, उनका टारगेट उन्हें मिल जाएगा। जो पीपल है जिनको टारगेट कर रहे हैं, उन्होंने देख लिया कि शाहरुख खान कितना कूल लग रहा है सिगरेट। हालांकि नीचे स्टैच्यूटरी वार्निंग आती है, वो कोई पढ़ता नहीं है, शाहरुख खान को सिगरेट पीता हुआ देख लेता है। सो दैट इज हाउ द इंडस्ट्रीज आर टारगेटिंग एडोलेसेंट्स। नेक्स्ट, कार्टून्स, इवन कार्टून्स को भी नहीं छोड़ा है। टॉम एंड जेरी जिनको भी सिगरेट पीते हुए दिखाते हैं, ताकि बच्चों को बचपन से पता लग जाए कि यस दिस इज अ काइंड ऑफ लाइफस्टाइल। नेक्स्ट, सो मैं आपको बताना वही चाहती हूँ, हाउ द टोबैको इंडस्ट्रीज इज ग्रीन वॉशिंग यू। डायरेक्ट एडवर्टाइजमेंट अभी बैन हो गया है। आपको पता था पहले सिगरेट की एडवर्टाइजमेंट आता था टीवी पे, इट इज बैन अगेंस्ट द लॉ। इनडायरेक्ट एडवर्टाइजमेंट, सिगरेट का एक सीन पिक्चर में या किसी एड में उसमें डालना, इट इज इनडायरेक्ट एडवर्टाइजमेंट। स्पॉन्सरशिप, अभी स्पॉन्सरशिप भी बैन हो गई है। पहले बड़े बड़े इवेंट को सिगरेट की इंडस्ट्री या टोबैको इंडस्ट्री स्पॉन्सर करती थी, अभी इट इज ऑल्सो बैन। मार्केटिंग टैक्टिक्स, डिफरेंट मार्केटिंग टैक्टिक्स से वो कैसे न कैसे करके टोबैको इंडस्ट्रीज आप लोगों को टारगेट करती है। नेक्स्ट 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 next. So these are the reasons not to start smoking. Health, I give you enough reason and enough problems of tobacco related to the health problems. Other than that, your stink, the smell, एक smoker के पास खड़े होने से अलग तरह का smell आता है। Bad breath, your skin texture, looks आपको होता है। फैमिली फ्रेंड्स, कुछ लोगों को अनकूल लगता है अगर कोई सिगरेट पीता है तो। यस, मनी इज ऑल्सो बिग थिंग, बिकॉज जब से कानून आया है इस पे इतना ज्यादा टैक्स लगता है टोबैको एंड टोबैको प्रोडक्ट पे कि, और अच्छा खासा आपका मनी इस वाले उसमें खर्च हो जाता है। नेक्स्ट, दिस इज अ साइकिल इन विच अगर एक स्मोकर क्विट करना चाहता है स्मोकिंग, so it takes around 15 years। अगर उसने 15 साल तक बिल्कुल भी स्मोकिंग नहीं किया है तो जाके वो नॉर्मल लेवल तक आता है, एक नॉन स्मोकर लेवल तक उसका बॉडी का हर सारा ऑर्गन और सारा सिस्टम आता है। नेक्स्ट, जैसा कि आई हैव डिपिक्टेड इन दिस स्लाइड, in 15 years the risk of heart disease is similar to a person who never smoked, but the benefit starts from 8 hours onward. The moment you stop cessation of your smoking, ऑक्सीजन लेवल आपके नॉर्मल आने शुरू हो जाते हैं, हार्ट अटैक की रिस्क कम होनी शुरू हो जाती है, 72 आवर्स में आपके लंग फंक्शन सही होने लग जाते हैं। सो द थिंग्स स्टार्टेड 8 hours after you quit the smoking, but it takes 15 years to come to as normal as a non-smoker level. Next. 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 Yeah. So how do I quit? This is very important thing. Very simple answer. The very first answer is not to start. Not even experimenting. Not even out of curiosity. Nothing doing. But if you have done that and you come to that point and you have started smoking, there is always way to quit, like just cut at once, cutting back, nothing doing, आज से बंद, बिल्कुल बंद, ये नहीं कि आज 3 पिएंगे, कल 2 पिएंगे, फिर 1 पिएंगे, nothing doing, एकदम cut at once, based on the way you want. Next, 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 and there are tips and techniques in which you can recover from smoking cessation. Exercise, stay positive, community support. Next. Next. a very important thing, how to say no to smoking. Because today only I was discussing to your principal, even we have got a proposal कि smoking करना है ना college days. आपको भी school में, college में proposal आपको भी आएंगे. You need have to that guts to say no to that. Because that gut is very important and that gut make you cool. कि आप no कह सकते हो. Yes तो हर कोई कह सकता है. You will stand apart when you have a gut to say no to smoking. So you have to walk away, no thanks. You have to avoid such situations. These are the scenarios where you can say no to the smoking. Next. Now this is very important thing which I want you all guys to know. There are certain law that known as Kotwa Act. It is the Cigarette and Other Tobacco Product Act 2003. This act has been reviewed with, and the latest thing is smoking is prohibited in public. Now you can see in airport or bus stand there are other smoking zone. So it is against the law if somebody is smoking in the mall or on the street or on a shop. It is against the law. You have to go to the desired place where smoking is permitted. Prohibition of advertisement of cigarette. I don't know, you guys might be quite young. In our days, we have got advertisement on TV of cigarette. Ye cigarette piyo, wo piyo. Now it is totally banned. The advertisement is totally banned as per this law. CS to minor. कोई भी जो दुकान है 18 साल से कम आयु के बच्चे को सिगरेट का सेल नहीं करेगी. This is again as per law. 18 साल से छोटे बच्चे को कोई भी दुकानदार सिगरेट नहीं बेचेगा. स्कूल के आसपास 100 मीटर यार्ड में कोई भी सिगरेट या टोबैको से रिलेटेड कोई भी दुकान नहीं होगी. उसके अलावा आपको सिगरेट के पैकेट में एक पिक्टोरियल हेल्थ वार्निंग देनी होगी. इवन पिक्टोरियल हेल्थ वार्निंग के डायमेंशंस आर आल्सो निर्धारित. इतनी बड़ी फोटो होगी इतने बड़े सिगरेट के पैकेट पे और आपको क्लियरली उसमें एक माउथ कैंसर का फोटो लगाना पड़ेगा. उस पे लिखना पड़ेगा इट इज डेंजरस टू हेल्थ, इट इज डेंजरस टू लाइफ. सो दीज आर ऑल द लॉ व्हिच आर बीइंग promulgated by a government, and I want you all guys to know that there is such kind of laws in our country. Next. There are also toll-free numbers in which we can use these toll-free numbers if you got some problems required for your friends, for tobacco cessation or quitting helplines. These are available in our government. Next. Now this is the story that I'll conclude my talk with, because I want this story you all guys have to know. This is a country, Australian story. This is a couple that lives in Australia, and as we can see in this picture, the daughter and wife are sitting beside the bed where the husband is on the last stage of death due to lung cancer. And as you can see, there is a photograph on his lap, on the lap of the patient, which is depicting a healthy, the photograph of his own old time when he was healthy. Next. So this is the story. Brian's death, June 3. Wife Bobby and son Brian keep a bedside visit. The photo of father and son is on the bed. Brian Curtis starts smoking at 30, never thinking that 20 years later it would kill him and leave a wife and children alone. In his last week, he set out with a message for young people. At the time of deathbed, he set out a message to all the people in his country. Next. This is the Brian who died at the age of 4 years, and it is the Brian, the same Brian, 10 weeks earlier photograph. Next. So, Brian's death was a big reason for quitting smoking in Australia that time, and it is also a big story to be told to you guys. So how this affected many million people in Australia. The Australian government signed into a law requiring that after January 12th, the above photo of Brian appear as a warning on both the front and rear of random cigarette packs. The warning reads, smoking causes lung cancer. The warning also required that smoker be told Brian was a teenager when he started smoking like many others. He never thought it would kill him. At the age of 34, just 47 days when he was diagnosed that he has got lung cancer, he wanted others to know that this is what happened to you when you smoke. So this is a very good story, very effective story, and I really want you guys to know about this story. Next. So, to conclude my talk today, there is no such thing as safe cigarette. There are kind of things in Google, e-cigarette, e-cigarette, go-cigarette. But all the cigarettes are unsafe. They are harmful to you. There is nothing called safe cigarette. There is no such thing as environment friendly or safe tobacco industries. Tobacco industries is harming our environment like anything. So, tobacco is threat not to our environment but to our health also. Next. Thank you so much. Next. So, I'll conclude my talk with the theme tobacco, a healthier planet and healthier people. Next. Thank you so much. I really want some of you to ask any questions. If you want anything coming in your mind, please. Tobacco ko? Exactly. I was expecting this question. It is a big revenue generating industries. Also, tobacco have some medicinal benefit also. So, tobacco industries definitely has to be done, but it is regularized by the government. जहाँ पे इसकी खेती होती है उसको लाइसेंस लेना पड़ता है, उसकी सेल को पूरा बताना पड़ता है. But as you know, it is used in addiction and tobacco industries, and it is very profit-making industries for government per se. Probably it is. That's why it is not banned. Next. Any other? Yes. I hope you have learned something about tobacco and its harmful effect on environment and health. Anybody, anything you want, because I think I'm a right person, I can settle down your queries, and I really want कि आपकी queries होंगी. I know that too. Please come out with your queries. We want to fill that query right now. Anything else, anybody? Yes. Medicine. देखो, it is a kind of addiction. So there are Nasha Mukti Kendra, de-addiction centers. You have heard about nicotine patch, जहाँ पे Nicotex गोलियाँ. These are all the medicine for de-addiction. But the message is very crystal and clear. Don't get trapped into the addiction things. Start, or if you have started, quit at once or not to start it. Next, anyone else? Yes? Hanji? No, not at all. Tobacco is very, very, very harmful. Too much money in it. Thank you. Anybody else? Oath?
How many of you they don't want to get into this?
Yes, I think this is a good proposal from principal now. So, yes, please. देखो, अगर वो लिटरेट पर्सन है, समझदार पढ़ा लिखा है, तो you can taught him the कोटपा law. The कोटपा एक्ट clearly says आप पब्लिक में स्मोक नहीं कर सकते. अगर आपका आदमी इतना लिटरेट नहीं लग रहा है कि वो लॉ के बारे में जानेगा, आपको वहां से मूव आउट कर जाना चाहिए। और अगर वो पूछे इंसान तो आप बताइएगा यू हैव गॉट प्रॉब्लम विद स्मोकिंग, सो यू आर वोटिंग आउट फ्रॉम देयर। एनी I was expecting too many hands because it's a very interesting topic. Don't shy away. I think we can really have one-to-one talk to each other. Anybody? Yeah, yes.
जो एक्टर सब होता है, सलमान खान, everything, they are the only one inspiring us. How can we stop?
This is the moral and ethics of themselves. They are money-making people. Some people generally deny such advertisement or such scene in the movies because they know if they will smoke, उसका impact बहुत larger होगा. But they are all money-making. They are there to make money. So you can't say कि उन्हें क्या करना चाहिए, क्या नहीं करना चाहिए. It is on us. What should we take from them and what should we not? So you are the hero, Salman Khan of your own life. Don't look at the Salman Khan is old now. You are the young Salman Khan for us. So after today's action, I think we can take a pledge or oath that at least we should ourselves not start smoking, and also will contribute to the community, to our friends, to the other people who are already in this smoking, to help them quit the tobacco and its products from smoking or smokeless things. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking the time to speak to our students on the danger of tobacco. Now, as a token of love, gratitude, and appreciation, I request our Honorary Principal, Dr. Col Sharma, to present a memento to our esteemed guest, Lieutenant Col Mona Dubey.
Once again, thanks a lot, Lieutenant Colonel Mona Dubey, for taking much time from your busy schedule to deliver this session. I hope after this session, our students will not let any tobacco company wash their brain. Heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable Principal Ma'am for organizing this fabulous session for the students. Heartfelt gratitude to respected Vice Principal Ma'am for her active. Here I request our Honorable Principal Ma'am to please address the gathering.